Hello there! Thank you for visiting my channel once more. Today I'll be comparing my Ohuhu and Tombow markers. And I'll be starting with the skin. As you know, years back I bought my Ohuhu set of markers and I've been loving them. They're for beginners and they have a great price and a great variety of colors, and I really have been enjoying them. But I want to try some more markers with a better quality, which is why I just found these Tombow markers, which I originally thought they were water-based, but they're not. They're alcohol-based, and I didn't even know they existed. But I am so happy that now I have a better quality markers with this Tombow set. And now that I have two alcohol marker options, first I did a video in which I tested them, and you can find it in the description box. And now I will be comparing them, because you know, why not? Thinking of the skin, well, it might be a little bit hard to do, because both sets don't offer a lot of colors, you know, for skin. So I've been thinking of buying a skin set from one of these amazing brands, but I haven't, because I don't know, I don't use them that much, and maybe it's not something that's urgent. But yes, I mean, you can do something that's pretty decent, as you can see on screen, but you might be missing some colors to make it even better. But the fun part of these images was to just color the suits. I love both of these superhero suits. Supergirl and Batgirl, like wow, I really love them. And if you're wondering where I got these beautiful designs, I got it from coloringpages.info. And you can find this exact file in my Pinterest board. I also printed it all in marker paper. That's helping me out a lot with the blending and coloring, because if you use regular paper, you're just gonna destroy it. Basically, that's what's gonna happen. So if you can, add some marker paper to your supplies. Always, by the way, you can find everything that I'm using in the videos in the description box. I have a wish list which you can just browse and just get those art supplies and add them to your wish list. You should know by now that blue and purples are my favorite colors. I just love them. And these blue for both Ohuhu and Tombow have not disappointed. Although you can see Ohuhu is a bit brighter and Tombow is a bit darker, like the saturation of the colors are different. But you will see a little bit more contrast in the blues on the Ohuhu set, and a little bit more like blendability, if that's the word, in the Tombow set. Which is something that you'll see similarly happening with the reds. The Ohuhu red, it's a bit more intense, also a warmer tone of red. Whether the Tombow red, it's a little bit bluer, if you know what I mean. Like they're different red, both are really beautiful and they stand out on the page, but they have definitely a different tone. For this to be fair, I selected the colors that match the best. Tombow, of course, doesn't offer the wide selection that Ohuhu does, so I tried to match the colors that came in the Tombow set with the ones that I have from Ohuhu. And here you can see how they're turning out. Also, if you're wondering, my printer is just a regular printer. Again, I used the marker paper, which I have to cut a little bit because it's a bit large for my printer, and then I just, print it. You have to be careful when doing this because depending on your ink, it could sort of mix with your colors, with your markers. So just be mindful of that. You might want to test that. But since I'm not doing anything super special, it's just a comparison, it works, and it works quite well. If I were doing this for a commission, I would just draw the design directly on the paper with my fine liners. I might be using this marker paper or my Bristol paper as well. Both great selections. Depending what you want, you might be leaning towards one instead of the other. Especially, you should be using Bristol if you want to use mixed media. The hardest color to find a true match was purple. You just can see it on the screen. I just didn't have anything from Ohuhu that matched the Tombow. The Tombow is really bright, really intense, really saturated, and I love how it comes out. Although some people have commented that they love the vintage look that the Ohuhu gives to the design. So I don't know, what do you think? Which one do you like best? I honestly can't decide. So it'll be great if you can help me out a little bit and leave a comment letting me know which of these two options you like the best. So far, I think I love how the skin came out with the Tombows, and I think I'd rather have the intensity of the blues in Supergirl's bodysuit with the Ohuhu markers. And I don't know, I'm very torn with her capes because I love both colors of red a lot, and they seem pretty good in color and saturation for me. In Batgirl's case, I think I love the contrast between the colors in her suit with the Ohuhu markers, but I love the intensity that I get with the purple of the Tombow. And for the yellow, well, I had to cheat a little bit with the yellow and a little bit with the orange. Why? Because they just don't have the colors in either set, or not a color that matches. Ohuhu has yellows, but they don't look as bright as I really wanted them to be. So I just have to resort to using my Prismacolor markers for this. So if you want to do some like blonde or golden hair, you might need to buy another Tombow set to make that happen, because you won't be able to do it with this set alone. And with the Ohuhu, you can make a do. You might, have to be really creative, but you might make it work. With the red hair, it wasn't the same because, again, we had the colors. And even though I use a little bit of the orange, I think you can make a do without it. Which is why for the cape, I just continued with the same yellow from the Prismacolor marker set. And it looks quite well, although I think I messed the yellow a little bit on the Ohuhu side, but well, again, it is the same colors, the same markers, and you will see that there's not a lot of difference from one cape to the other. For my last thoughts, I just want to tell you that saturation is different with both options. You can see that the Ohuhu has a brighter color and the Tombow is less saturated and a bit darker in tones. Thinking of contrast, you can achieve or you can see more contrast with the Ohuhu markers, and probably Tombow are easier to blend if we had the tones that we needed. So that's something that you might consider if you're purchasing one set or the other. Blending can be better depending on the range of colors you choose to blend, and that's something that I'll eventually talk to you about in a future video. And here we go. Both drawings are ready. Which one's your favorite? Thank you for joining me today and have a great weekend. Keep creative, keep safe, and always, always be kind. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Please like and share my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time!